Hi guys, Borgio here, back with another raid boss guide, this time for Kerridicus Searskin inside the Molten Pools raid zone. Kerridicus Searskin is the second boss in Molten Pools and will be your first real mechanic check, particularly for your tanks and melee DPS. We like to pull Kerridicus to these rocks on the left, but he can be pulled and tanked wherever you please. When you first pull him, he will have an absorb shield, which will stop all damage. However, taunts will still land, so tanks should be able to solidify threat quite easily. A few seconds after pull, a lava titan will spawn. This mob needs to be focused down. Have either your main tank or off tank grab and hold this mob near the main named. Once the titan hits 10% hit points left, have all of your melee DPS joust out to at least 15 meters and ensure that nobody apart from tanks is near to it. When this dies, it splits into 3 unstable lava globules. These are a linked encounter and die very quickly. Have your ranged DPS burn these down, but ensure that they are stacked on top of the boss. The reason for this is because once one of them dies, it will explode, ripping the shield from Kerridicus and also debuffing anyone close to them, which makes that person radiate power drains and damage over time effects to all those near them. This can be seen as an uncurable elemental debuff on the raid window. By having your melee joust out, you should be able to avoid this effect. Once the 3 globules are dead, resume DPS on the boss. When the next Titan spawns, Kerridicus won't put up his damage shield right away, so you can still DPS him down, however, you can DPS the Titan down as well. Then the fight repeats till you win. How much DPS your range can do and your scouts while they can be in will dictate the speed of the kill. I think this kill here runs around 6.5 minutes, our first kill on this boss was over 20 minutes, and our quickest is just short of 3. From a tanking perspective, try to ensure the globules are stacked on the boss. Make sure that if you and your off tank both take a debuff, that you use relevant cooldowns to mitigate pulsing damage. From a raid healing standpoint, there is an area effect tack called Lava Scald, which will be constantly pulsing the whole fight every 8 seconds. The damage isn't generally that high, maybe hitting up to about 450,000 damage, but this should be easily healable for a moderately geared healer. From a tank healing standpoint, be aware of upwards of 800,000 damage hits being laid upon your tank. This is way out of one-shot range for any, again, moderately geared tank, but ensure that you're prepared for this, along with the pulsing damage you're going to get throughout the fight. From a melee DPS standpoint, make sure you joust out correctly when the Titan hits 10% hit points, otherwise you're going to be pulsing damage to your raid and draining all the healer's power. Best to be out early than out late. And lastly, from a ranged DPS standpoint, make sure you stay at range. Joust if you do get a bit too close, and DPS as normal and just target switch when required. If you stay about 20 meters, this is going to be max under range anyway for ranged DPS, which is roughly where you want to be stood. Sorry, mage DPS, rangers, you do whatever you do. And basically that's Kerridicus for you guys. It's very simple, but there's enough twists there to make it a headache if you have some sleepy players. As normal guys, watch the rest of the video to see how the kill goes. It's fairly smooth. I think we might have some scouts taking the debuff by accident, which is what normally happens, but that may have already happened, I'm not sure. If not, it's fairly smooth. At the end of the day guys, it's only the second mob inside pools. Just get the strat down, joust when required, and it's some free loot for you. As normal, if you like these guides, hit me up with a comment, a like, or smack that subscribe button. I'm Borgio, and I'll see you guys next time.